Possible candidates, you wouldn't be guilty.
Winston's what do you call it? Gets off the most scot-free out of all of us in this
Yeah.
discussion. Literally, he just get down and walk away,
Yeah.
and he would do that too.
I actually I wouldn't do that.
Anyways, so today we're talking about the police and their new surveillance eyes. I'm sure you've probably seen all the white cameras pointed east, west, north, south on every corner of your street. And I was surprised when we went on our way to Ho. We used our Majope. Sorry, I don't know the name of the road, but we're going to the Volta region, and we use the back road. For those who know, there's a longer road which is better. We use that road, and when we got on our way, we saw some of these cameras there, and I was like, do people flout traffic regulations here? Because there's literally no car coming or going. But it's interesting to note that these cameras are not only in the capital, as people would think. And another thing is, just today, I saw on Twitter the Ghana Police Service summoning some people pair their license plate numbers to show up at the national headquarters, the Ghana Police headquarters.
In crisp HD quality.
Yes. Did you say HD? Absolute.
For
I'm sure.
the
Bro,
8 of 8Ks.
I saw one Zoom. And I
Yeah.
was like, whoa.
No image degradation,
no
nothing.
pixelation.
Went straight into the plate and was cleaner than my screen at home.
Now, I'm very concerned for people who are doing, things in their car, like typing and driving, because you think, oh, I'm in my car, they can't see you. Go watch the videos, please, and
Well,
you
they
see
will read
how...
the text message off your phone.
Yeah, they will
back
read
to
the text message off your phone, see the profile picture of the person you're texting, and tell that person, hey, you might want to tell that person who's texting you to come to the Ghana Police headquarters. Anyway, so listeners, if you're listening, we're talking about the surveillance cameras. And yeah, as techies, we're interested. It's a very interesting topic, and it's a very beautiful thing to see, considering that initially we thought that, oh, these are going to be like the typical things in Ghana, much ado about nothing, couple of days, and then it's done. But here we are, since they've been installed, we've seen, most of the footage we use for our drive safe campaigns in-house are footage from the Ghana police that they got off these cameras, and you could see the quality, how good it was. And yeah, it tells you how reckless people are, how people are not keeping safe and following the traffic regulations. And now they're also using that to find drivers who are... The one that really blows my mind is the illegal parking. Yes. Today, I wanted to pull over and I just started looking around. Cameras here, cameras here. Am I allowed to park here? Like, I was so concerned about where to park, because what if I park here and then I'm not supposed to park here and the cameras capture me
The
and they
next
start...
thing you're on Twitter.
Yeah.
With your car number plates, please, you're requested to report to MTT headquarters. Mr. Kobina Spiking.
But isn't this a bit of a strong arming? Because when you think about it, there's supposed to be demarcations to show that, okay, this is a place, or what do you call those things? Signs to show that this is a place you can't park. And then so if I can't park here, there has to be a place that I can park.
Right.
But now it's looking like you don't know.
Well, true, but then you should know where you can park and not park. Because, take for instance, if someone parks and then obstructs traffic, I can't go, and the car's coming, I can't veer into their lane.
Yeah.
That parking is absolute rubbish.
Oh, definitely. And double parking on
Exactly.
Yeah, there are some of those ones.
And I think there are places where they actually indicate that AMA on-street parking, where you're allowed to park on the street. We've just been used to breaking the rules so much that now that there actually is rules, we don't know what is right and wrong anymore.
To be fair, I don't think that's really the case, because there was actually an upsurge in cars being clamped a few years ago, like a year or two ago, and people were very, very, very worried about where they would park, because they didn't know if their cars would be clamped wherever they... But I actually saw it happening where a certain guy just parked and they just came to clamp. It was the funny... It was sort of like GTA, where they just drove by. It was like a a clamp by. He just drove past, hopped out of the bus, and just clamped his tires.
According to those clamping guys, they do know their craft.
Yeah.
Like you can be there thinking, oh, there's nobody on this street. I'll be here 30 seconds. 10 seconds into those 30 seconds, they've caught you.
Try that at the airport.
And
Oh,
yeah.
how do you think I know this?
Down there.
Yeah, so Divine just helped me out. That was the Adaklu Road or the Sugakope Road. Thank you very much, Divine. Yes, that's the road I used, and I saw the cameras there, and I was very impressed. Anyways, so if you want to join this conversation, you can send us a WhatsApp message on 055 111 The question is, do you think this is out here to help us, or you think that it's like Winston said, strong arming? It should be used for something else other than catching people infringing on traffic regulations like parking on the streets.
To be honest, it's being used quite well, but I still
Right.
feel like there needs to be other things done before we can fully push this agenda. Because if we have clearly demarcated areas in the city saying that you can't park here, you can park here, and people park there, down there, there's no conversation to be had.
But ignorance of the law is no excuse.
That, you see, ignorance of the law is no excuse, but the law also states that there should be these demarcations. So imagine if you go to a road and it's a road that typically you can't overtake because the white bar are broken, but for some random reason the line isn't there or something, then someone says that this is a place you can't overtake. Then what happens?
Well, then now you can argue with that.
So it
in
becomes an
court.
infrastructural.
But that you can argue in court.
Yeah.
So if you get, you
I
get
mean,
arraigned before court.
One of the videos we saw, the person had his hazards on.
exactly.
So it's something you can argue in court.
That
but
he had a
should
problem.
we just avoid? Let's make it clear cut. So if you're caught, we don't want our courts being riddled with traffic offenses and then people are defending it over days, over months. Like, it should be quick. But that's what this conversation is about.
Now, Michael, you wanted to say something.
No, I'm just curious. Like, this is even a case where things have been more clear cut. One of the very early tweets from the Ghana police on this issue, they were calling for a guy who had parked, they said illegally. But I'm looking at where the guy had parked, and it's literally dirt on both sides, and he was well off the road. So, like, what exactly is the problem here? He's well away from the road. I have seen that road. There are no signs saying no parking or no stopping. So, clearly, he's gone way off the road and is now going to get his buffaloes for the morning. And now he's going to come back and then discover that, yeah, he's wanted by the police for what very clearly isn't a very clear offense, unless they are calling for something else. But they were saying, yeah, illegal. Actually, no, they don't say what the offenses are when they are calling you, and they just simply say they want you. But seeing as it's a motorable offense, the one clear thing you can see is illegal parking, unless his license plate was on sideways, and I couldn't tell.
And I mean,
But-
the other video, the dude was clearly in the wrong. It was a turn, and he had kind of parked in the turn.
Yeah.
On the pavement, but in the turn. There's no conversation. And I don't think some of these traffic offenses should be taken to court. In the UK and other countries, you are there now, you get
Well, I
the
guess that's
alert.
why they said you should come to the police headquarters.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have to go. You are there, you get whatever, a text message.
Well, which is why we had that conversation a couple of days ago about digitalization.
yes.
So very soon that license plate is going to
Will
be tied.
Yeah, so you just
So
get
they just have to key
You
it into
know
the
the-
database, get
do you
all
know
that
the
information.
best thing that could happen in the next in a few months, where everything is synced so perfectly. You flout the law, you open your phone now, then the Momo that it just says put your pin to pay. Somehow
Straight.
it's just
Like
there.
you just be a notification is just blinking.
Yeah.
Enter pin to confirm
to
payment
payment.
for traffic. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're fine for your traffic. So
No
yeah,
stress.
I like that.
Okay.
We should patent that, you know.
Yeah, no stress.
We
no
should patent
stress.
that.
Yeah.
Bold of you to assume that someone has not already
Well, yeah.
ready
Let's
that
be
in
bold.
preparation for the
Let's just
ECD.
Let's just dream.
Hmm.
But then again, you see, I personally, back to what Winston was saying, I personally think that it's a good start because, we're always complaining about the system not working. And for me, even though this may be, a hard start and some infrastructural work needed to be done first, I think starting it without infrastructural work is actually good because if people like me are now being wary about how we drive, and very soon that trickles down to the trotro and taxi drivers. Oh Lord, may that be so.
So are you insinuating that you don't particularly follow traffic?
No, I'm saying that if people like me, you see, and I said trickle down.
Oh, okay.
You
Trickle
understand?
up, or isn't
No,
it
down.
an escalation of
Down.
issues? Okay.
It's
So that means you're at the top of the.
I'm at
Yes.
listen,
Yes.
listen. Let me explain this to you, you non-driver. There's the higher you are up, it means that the least traffic offenses you have. The lower you are, it means the most traffic offenses you have. You know, yeah. It's like
We could flip that.
we are
Never mind.
first in class doesn't mean that you're not doing well. You're at the top of the class. They don't say you're at the bottom of the class.
Yeah, but first in class for the wrong thing.
First in class for the right thing.
Okay, never mind. Let's just continue.
Ah.
Go on.
As I was saying, before Winston tried to push me down the traffic offender ladder,
Non-driverness.
I am not a traffic offender. I am being very careful. But who's to say, listen, we're all guilty of one sin or the other
Oh yeah, definitely.
on the road. I am sure, very sure that I have, parked wrongly once before, twice, maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might have.
I mean, when you're locked up and you're in the bind and you need to find parking space, Charlie, the next open space is the best parking space. That's what most people think, and that's fair. But that's why I was saying that, like, if there are frameworks, infrastructural frameworks, I don't have a problem with the way it's being. Okay, I have a little problem with the way it's being run right now because I feel like they're really targeting private car owners. Feels like that. It feels like that.
Well, the truth of the matter is, you don't expect Circle Kanish to be on Twitter to see that his license plate has been put out there. And that was one question that I was asking. If I don't know that I've been called out.
Yes.
Because, in the UK, when you flout and then your license plate is taken, it's broadcast. So you basically are told. And if you don't go and pay your fine, and they come and clamp your car and they tow it and they go and crash it and they show it on British national television, showing your car being crushed.
An interesting thing.
I was just imagining that happening here.
In Ghana, China has the same thing, and theirs is actually more robust, where at every point in the city that people are being monitored, especially when you're driving on the highways. And so if you go past a certain speed limit, you get that message in your WeChat because they use your WeChat to pay their bills, to do everything. So Charlie, you're driving 70 miles per hour, you are 100. You cross that line, text message, bro.
Yeah, but if you're talking about the China social credit system, which it's what it is, that one, theirs are infinitely more restrictive. Like 70, you're doing 71 and a half instant text message. Not only are you get a text message with a fine, you also have your social credit score goes down, and now you're suddenly less of a good citizen.
So that means you are less likely to get a good loan, less likely to be afforded certain privileges. It's an interesting.
Wait till it gets into the negative, and then you can't leave your city, you can't leave your region, you can't save money. Like, they can really step on your neck. But the Chinese, that's what they do: crush under treads.
But you see, I think that this, and as I've already said, is a good initiative, and it's just starting.
Yeah.
So
I mean, who says 3,000 cameras is just starting though?
yeah, it is just
I think
starting.
3 or 10. Because I saw a reporter that saying that was
3,000 in the city in Accra.
3 in Accra.
Yeah.
And so it's 3K in Accra.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the country has 7 cameras looking at them.
7,000. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
These white trees, bearing fruits of police and court fines.
I'm very impressed by the quality, I must say. The video quality, the ability to zoom in that deep without losing quality.
I was this close to asking them to borrow the camera. Like, bro, what's up? Because the fidelity is, I'm not gonna lie, it's
like, you can't hide. You can't say, hey, I'm behind my windscreen. This is not your average CCTV. This is not your one pointed, at your garage door or your gate in front of your house.
You can't tell if the person or who you've caught on it has a mustache or not.
Bro,
I'd
this
like to
is
see it-
S20 ultra good. Like,
I'd like to
100
see
times
it
zoom.
nighttime. The nighttime.
Oh,
video.
have you forgotten?
What?
Automoto Sports. when we
in the group chats, they have the nighttime shots as well.
Yeah.
And they are super crisp still.
Oh, okay.
And it actually even the number plates, which is why I think that the enforcement of the
Stylization of plates.
yes, the
Yes.
stylization of plates, because the official plates reflect into their reflectors, so the light that falls on it will make it visible
Because
for
of
them
how
to
they're
see.
embossed and painted.
Yeah.
It's
And
still,
also-
no matter what, the
Yeah,
image will pop
exactly.
And also the camera has an auto license plate detection feature, so
Mhm.
definitely I'm sure maybe a font style could confuse
Could
it
yeah.
a little. So that makes sense.
That makes a whole lot
You
of
know,
sense.
these little things show you that
We are
low key there's
advancing.
a plan.
But
Low
you know,
key, yeah.
You know the funny thing though, when it was first deployed, it
Mhm.
wasn't okay. No, it was deployed for a while, but we never knew what was going on.
Exactly.
We didn't know what was going
It was
on.
testing phase.
Yeah, until it got switched on, and then suddenly like, oh,
No, it was switched on until it started being broadcast.
yes,
Then we realized,
that
oh,
yeah, this is what's going on. But I always thought that it started being broadcast. I thought it had come to the fore not because of vehicles,
mm.
but more because of crime.
Same. I was also thinking same, that it was more for crime than traffic offenders and everything. But it's like having a dog as a pet that you love to just walk and doubles as your security in the night. Wouldn't you use it as a
I
security?
mean, you know, if it can do both
if it can do
jobs-
both, why not?
I mean, if you can even wash my dishes, safe, I wouldn't say no. Well done.
You know, I saw a footage. Lima, the Russians, and they have this M5, and these guys had a collection of photos on their Instagram, and it was of speed cameras that had taken pictures on it. And they were asking people which was the best. And mind you, these speed cameras had even trajectories.
Oh.
Like, yes, they had. So the shots that they had posted showed the car switching lanes, and there was a green dotted line that showed the lane it was switching, the speed it was at which it was moving. And this was not a trajectory that was like post the car moving. This
So
was
it
a
was active.
predictive trajectory. So judging from the direction of the car, it could tell, that traffic system, that camera system could tell which lane it was going into and at which speed when it took that picture.
And we've seen the pictures of that have been taken of our car. Those are pretty decent shots. With high
And this was in
quality.
the night, mind you.
So, Ghana Police, if you are listening, please can we also have copies of our photos while they are out there?
I think they should have. Now, before we get to that, that's been something that's really, really been on my mind. Judging from the size and the quality of these images and videos, how much storage does Ghana Police have? We're talking exabytes,
Yes.
Yeah.
bro.
Because
Actually,
it's
the
a
whole-
24-hour thing.
Yeah.
But the whole infrastructure of the thing is just mind bending when you start to think about it, because you're getting 10,000 cameras are transmitting that high quality footage
Every
24
single second.
hours a day.
Now, for context, listeners, if you take a picture with any smartphone that is from 2019 to now, any picture you take is not less than 5 to 10 megabytes. Not less than that. Now, multiply that. And this is your average
Oh,
smartphone.
Hold on. Let me.
I
Go on.
have more interesting stats here.
You got the HD video.
No, so this is 4K. The size of 1 minute
Mm-hmm.
4K video is 375 megabytes.
So for 60 seconds, so for each camera,
Yeah.
for a minute, is 375 megabytes.
Yeah. Times 1,000.
I'm
Times 10,000.
times 10,000. So that's 375. No, 3,750,000 megabytes per minute. Wow.
And it's on for
So,
24/7.
so per minute now, that's 60 minutes. 225
Million
million
megabytes.
Now
megabytes.
let's convert that to gigabytes. So
Divide by 1,000.
Okay, yeah. So
25,000.
225,000 gigabytes per hour.
Of footage.
of footage.
And now-
Wow.
24.
Oh, yeah. Let's get. Oof.
5,400,000 gigabytes a day from all 10,000 cameras a day.
So that's essentially in terabytes.
540,000.
540,000 terabytes in petabytes. 5,400 petabytes in
About 5.4 exabytes in a day.
So every day, we're generating-
I just read 7 days.
why are you pushing? Let's just finish with 1 day. We're not even done with 1 day. Now that's how much footage we're going through. You see, it's impressive. Let's just say this is impressive
It is.
for a country that we've always been bashing. Oh Ghana, we're not doing
we are not
anything.
At that level.
We're not at that level. Yo, we're generating this amount of footage and cleaning lawlessness on our streets.
It is actually very impressive.
Yeah.
It is impressive.
And I mean, if you think about the potential it has, because it's definitely going to be merged with the Ghana card.
Yep.
These databases, so the police database will be merged with the DVLA database, and then all of that will be piggying off of the Ghana card, which means that the next time you allow your friend to drive your car, you should be okay.
I was thinking this, I was thinking this today. So what if I gave my car to a mechanic and the mechanic decided to go for a joyride?
Then you go
And
and take your money from him.
I'll be there and then driver of something, Bluebee
Owner,
owner,
please come for your
come to
Come to
Ghana
the
police.
station.
And I go there, now me my head there. They're like, isn't this your car? Yes, but no. That wasn't me driving, but it is your car. So now, people who give their cars to people, friends, mechanics, you have to. This is where Lloyd's Hellcats comes in handy, because you have a black key that limits the performance of that car. And so if he gives you his car to his mechanic, he gives him a black key, and
And
the
they can't
performance,
go, yeah.
you can't do as he would do in the car with the red key.
I mean, but it still won't stop his mechanic parking what you call it sideways at the buffalo. What you call it, vendor.
Yeah, true.
When we talk about the Buffalo thing from an infrastructural point, then we start thinking about, so must these people who are trying to make a living be cleared off the streets? Because I mean, if I was going to get my money,
Let me stop you right there. So that woman who was pounding fufu on the Pokwase interchange, that's just been done.
must be cleared off.
Exactly.
No,
Even though she's earning a decent
No,
living.
that's not decent. Let's be frank. There's nothing.
She's
decent.
not robbing.
She's not robbing.
Mhm.
But there's nothing decent about what she did.
So what this means is that anything that does not fall, that is even remotely synonymous to the woman pounding fufu on the Pokwase interchange, must be removed.
No, think about it. Why wasn't she selling alcohol with a fufu?
Why are we talking about
Oh, highway. How is that decent? Alcohol, fufu, the highway. After you've eaten and the itis has hit you and you've drank something
Some-
to add to it, how are you going to cross the road
But
to go?
Winston, why even
On a highway?
Why even adding the alcohol? Like, this is the one that makes it bad.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
no,
then
no.
because she's on the
That's
Pokwase road. Like, yeah, if she take out the alcohol, then it is fine.
No. But I mean, it beggars these questions, because you're like, okay, these people are by the roadside and they are convenient. So is it not? Are we going to create parking spaces for some of these people? Do they have to go a centralized place to do business and all of these?
But no, there's still a lot of nuance in there, because one of the ones from today was at a very popular junction where a lot of people do stop to buy food from a very popular vendor. And I was looking at it like, yeah, that is very clear, because as soon as I saw, okay, I know where he is, I know where he stopped there, but even before the cameras were shot, I was always complaining that when people park their cars there in order to get what it is they want, it is not a good idea, because it is too close to a junction, it's too close to a major road, and even due to the layout of how parking is in that area, if you park on the street, which is what he had done, you inconvenience 3 lanes of cars at the same time. Meanwhile, all you had to do was just go ahead 2 meters and make a turn, and there's just a long empty street where you could easily have parked without troubling anyone, and they never do that. And you're not going to blame the vendor for.
I'm happy watching this. So we got a WhatsApp message. Sly says, "Where's the video, gentlemen? I need to see and verify if my number plate was captured." I'm checking on the police Twitter page, and it seems it's not been posted there yet. It actually is. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm smiling because a V8 that was flouting traffic rules by driving in the middle was posted. Yes. So for those thinking that V8s are immune, no, they're not immune.
The ones that have so far eluded all sorts of what you call calls for this are the Aboboya. Where is the one? I want them on there. No, I meant them.
I thought the Aboboya were not allowed on highways in November.
Not even on some. Not even forget even highways. Highways is one thing. I'm talking about even normal roads.
No, you see him.
No. I mean them pass.
No, if you're going to talk about Aboboya, I feel like you've gone very far, because Ghanaian pedestrians themselves can be very, very vexing.
Oh yeah.
True. Crossing the road like it's a highway. You see people driving at 50. You know what? This is just random information for everybody listening. But do you know that when a car hits you at 30 miles per hour, your chances of dying are close to 100%?
30 miles per
30
hour.
miles per hour.
Convert that to kilometers. We're not
That's about
Americans.
60.
We're not
No,
Americans.
it's not. It's 30 miles per hour is
Would be about
45
Yeah,
kilometers
that's
an
not
hour.
a lot.
45 kilometers an hour, and you are dead.
You are dead. You are possibly dead. That's
Which
not
is
a lot.
5 kilometers an hour below the speed limit in town.
Speed limit 50.
Yep.
So 45
So that 50, no, hold on. That 50, is it 50 miles or 50 kilometers?
kilometers.
We
We
don't
don't
metric
do
over here.
I'm just asking.
Just
Well,
because our carpenters and stuff switch between inches and centimeters.
No,
doesn't-
it's
shouldn't
actually a
confuse you.
conversation that has been happening in other countries, like in the UK and stuff.
We
like
digress.
That. No, about the whole meters this thing, because
Mm.
their rules, I think, it's in miles. In Europe and UK, although they came up with the metric system, it's still in miles over there. But that's beside the point. An interesting use. This is free consultancy from us to the government, is that, yes, sorry, people, I'm not saying this so people will lose their jobs, but it's a nice way to use the cameras. We are talking about closing the, what do you call those things?
Oh, the toll booths.
The toll booths. Now, if you put the cameras there and they already have the number plate recognition feature, you can charge everybody at the end of the month when they use the toll area without there being toll booth. So you can put it at the beginning of the highway when they drive past. It captures the number, and then at the end of the month they get that Momo alert and just hit pay.
You
And
mean
then-
this Momo alert?
I think it would be very fun.
Oh, never mind. So, good evening, Geek Squad. Thank you for starting the show with Sarkodie. That's Efumali from La Paz. You're welcome. That goes to Abeku. Good evening, and he says, for me, it's good, and making good use of it can generate a lot of money for the country. That's Efumali from La Paz. Yes, we agree.
Adawoya.
You see, an interesting thing is that I've forgotten the amount of money, but the UK police actually make a lot of money from just these traffic infringements, and that's pretty much how they fund everything they do. They make so much money. I think it was close to $5 billion. I will check and get back to you on the figure, but
Sure.
they make a lot of money.
So Justice also said it's a good start, but we need to get a proper address and house numbering system. Justice, what's your reason for saying this? I'd like to know. And also, Spiky, the camera should also capture those cars with sirens flouting road traffic regulations. Yes, it actually does, and that's one of the videos I'm actually. It's even playing right now. It was a
On the
black
Ghana Police's Twitter.
SUV. Yeah, it's a black SUV with sirens.
Does it have an antenna?
I can't see that from here.
No, because there was one in front of and behind me, and then in front of me today, and then as he went down the middle, I was like, "Oh, he's getting on TV soon."
And he says also it would be cool to get some of the police officers responsible for that operation in the studio. Cool discussion though. Yes, we will get them in the studio. Today is our opinion on what we think about it. Then we'll bring them in to break it down.
To tell us
Well,
what
tell
it
us.
is.
Yeah. I don't know if they'll be able to give us all the details because
can't
we
give
will
it.
go deep now.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll answer what they can,
Yeah.
and then they'll leave the rest to our imagination.
I cannot deny or
You know what? They should come with.
I cannot confirm or deny.
confirm it, yeah. But they should. There's one piece of which they should come with as a present. Airport Junction. I just realized that's the one video. Like, there's only one perspective of that video,
Yeah.
and I really want to see what it looks like from their perspective.
From above.
Yeah, so
I
you can
think-
score it properly.
I think a fun thing they could do when they come, if you guys are listening, is that day you come and sit here, and the first thing you do is that, Mr. Nkrumah, you went from
So
here to here.
as we were saying, MTN wants you to know that it's giving away loads and loads of gifts to you for just doing what you do best on your favorite network. Now you too can live your best life and enjoy so much more with MTN Rewards. Just keep talking, texting, and browsing all day, every day to collect points and use those points to redeem amazing offers and discounted freebies right away. MTN Rewards is gifting you discounts on some of your favorite restaurants and stores and allowing you to redeem airtime today. All you have to do is just dial *550# and get your MTN reward today. MTN, everywhere you go. Now, this is a part of the topic that, I think. So, sometimes people decide to have a very interesting discussion in their cars. And it's at this point that you need to know that these cameras are very good, and such meetings should not be had in a car.
I mean, look, in theory, they could use cameras to read your lips.
Yeah, they could actually use it to read
They
your
are
lips.
they are clear
They're
enough.
that good.
They are clear enough to identify you. So reading your lips is really an easy job for them. Please don't do that, Ghana police, because there are some things that we do not want heard. And the car's one is actually the interior of
Here's
a
a
car
conference
is
room.
the interior of a car is a private place.
Yes, which is what I was actually going to talk about. That to what extent do they have free
Or to
reign?
see your face.
Yeah, to see your face and identify you, fine.
Mhm.
But to listen in on a private conversation, that is a totally different thing because a car is your
So what
private
if you're
space.
in motion and having that conversation that shouldn't be had?
Yeah,
No.
you are in that private space,
You
but
can't-
you're on public property. So whatever, I think,
You're
whatever,
endangering other users.
you know, we should get a lawyer on the show when they also come because this is it's actually the first thing. When a friend of mine asked me what we were going to talk about today, and I told her, she was like, "Hey, they have been infringing on our rights," and I was like, "Yes and no, because the road is a public space, so no, they are not infringing
But
on your
the
rights."
thing
Okay,
is,
so yeah, you do have a point here. Because if I'm driving an RV, it is essentially my home.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I can do whatever I want in my RV.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
But then you
do
but
whatever
what
you
I
want-
want. I mean, not
can't-
Breaking Bad level, whatever I
Air
want.
quotes.
You can't do whatever you want in your RV, but then what you do with your RV on the road is where they're
Yeah,
now.
exactly. No,
yeah,
but
take-
still, we need to. I can't do
Air
Breaking Bad
quotes.
Yeah.
in the RV.
Yeah, air quotes, everybody. For those who are not watching us, we have a lot of air quotes going on.
Yeah. And speaking of which, if you want to watch us, we're on Facebook. We're live on Facebook at Joy997FM. And we're live on YouTube, Joy997FM. And you can tweet at us, hashtag Joy Geek Squad. I'm still waiting for some of your WhatsApp messages, 055 11 11 997. 055 quadruple 1 997. Say it one last time, 055 1 1 1 1 997. Also, these cameras can help detect where traffic is building up to be able to disperse traffic.
Which is one of the most interesting things because I feel like this traffic system should be embedded into the Ghana Post system, which is already piggying off of or being embedded into Google's so that we have better understanding of traffic. And then later on, they started with the cameras. Next up has to be the traffic lights. So when the traffic lights
Intelligent
are smart,
traffic
yeah,
lights.
so we can actually control traffic much better than because no offense to the police force, but anytime there's a policeman on the ground directing
Not
traffic,
anytime,
most
sometimes.
yeah, most times.
Sometimes.
I'm
Because
standing.
I'm saying
I'm
most.
going to stand up for some of those sometimes because Winston knows which junction they are always
Exactly.
exactly needed on in my area. Thank you very much. Anytime you step up.
You know, there's this. I experienced a policeman at a traffic intersection. This was at Nyamiche a couple of weeks ago, and I must say that day he saved the day. He really did save the day. The traffic lights were working, but the speed at which it was changing was causing more traffic because it wouldn't change enough. And then the other cars get stuck in the middle, blocking these other cars, blocking someone who's making a turn into another lane, which is essentially blocking the
Which
whole
in
thing.
itself should never happen. Ghanaian motorists also,
Yes,
Leave
you
the
shouldn't
box-
park at the
leave
junction.
the box
Leave-
yeah,
open.
yeah, you need to leave the pathway open because
Yeah, but
just
the-
because you have a green light doesn't mean the whole road is yours. I remember there was a time where we got pulled over. We were going on a job, and the policeman told us that the green light that in he had the booklet. He was like, read what does the green light even say, and it says that you may go.
Yeah.
It's not
You
go.
must go.
Yeah, it's you
You
may.
may.
So you have to look.
So you could actually just stop there and just be there, and it says, "But it's green. I may go.
Yeah,
I may
you
not
may
go
go. I'm looking around to make sure that there's nobody barreling
Mhm.
towards me before
before
I
I
go.
move." So all of you who honk behind you,
Don't drive on me and don't complain over me and do not complain because it is in the book. I can stay there as long as I like.
I mean, I don't think you can stay there as long as you like because if you are going to cause traffic.
yeah.
Look, if I was driving a certain car, it wouldn't be as long as I like. It would be as long as the car likes. Because if it
Fair.
decides it's not going anywhere, I can't
Yeah.
force it, and
Wait.
you can't move me.
Said
Unless-
car that didn't want to wake up after 9 a.m.
Eh? And then, but we'll work from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. If the car decides that it's 11:30 and we'll move, what do you want me to do?
Mm.
Unless you have a tow truck, then please gladly help me out. But
So
if
yes,
not,
for those who honk, the moment the traffic light goes green,
Please relax.
relax. See, it's magic. It's like some of them really know the moment it goes green, ping.
if you put that much effort into actually going when the traffic light turns green when it was your turn, then the world would be a better place.
Oh, just to add on to this particular conversation, I think the what do you call the Okada also need to be really monitored, because it's like they
from the beginning they were featuring in every video because
off-
they're flying over people's cars, but not a single plate has been called out anytime.
because
there's an offense.
my thing here is that this to the Ghana police, like, do these motorists, the Okada, do they have a different set of rules that we don't know of? Are they pedestrians that have
Wheels?
Yeah, like, what's going on? Because it's a red light and then they see that the road is clear and they just zoom past, and that's what most of the accidents you've shown from Joy. It's because of these such things that they've done. And I don't know.
Green, red literally means red for cars, and still maybe you may go for Okadas.
I don't know. Let's find out what it means.
So, Ace K Waffle on Twitter says, Spiky, yesterday my Uber driver did that illegal U-turn from Polo Heights onto the Spintex bypass right under the cameras. It's as if the dude genuinely didn't even notice the cams were there. I told him they will come after him, but he appeared unperturbed at all. Hashtag Joy Geek Squad. Hey.
You know the interesting thing about this occurrence? Ghanaians are so used to the notion of the system doesn't work that when it starts working, we all go make some way for this country inside.
So it's going to be very interesting when you see that someone says, oh, this one there is just there for show. Then 5 minutes later, you get...
Yeah, knocking on the door.
Oh, they'll stop you at the next,
Stop.
Into where police barrier or something, and then, oh, you did an illegal U-turn right about there, and you're like, oh, me? It wasn't me. Then
And just
they
load
just
the
open
video
the
up on
video. They're like, yeah, so take your tickets, show up at the police headquarters tomorrow at 8 a.m. If you are 1 hour late, 10% increase.
Or let's be more technological. He taps his phone and then the
NFC
Momo alert.
straight. So yeah, these are all things that we're looking to see. So for those of you who usually miss the show and listen to us on our podcast on Apple Podcast or Google Podcast and Spotify, yes, thank you very much for listening to us over there. There's a Spotify Wrapped, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
If you are using Spotify.
For the Apple users, they don't experience that. Yes, I'm pointing at Michael if you are watching.
Oh yeah, they don't do that. So Note says, you remember Note? He was on the show last week Tuesday. He said these cameras are solar powered, and this source should be synchronized with the traffic lights. We have too many parallel systems. For cost and operational efficiency, we need to fast track the data sync and power sync.
And also, they should sync the power with what do you call it? The street lights, because that's actually one of the issues. That apparently the reason why the street lights aren't on for pretty much the 80% of the year is because people have been stealing the parts, right? There's a camera there that is, so imagine you are climbing the street light and there's a camera at where the light is, and it's looking at you. What are you doing?
And it's not as if you are carrying it, climbing up there, stealing the solar panel, and then walking away with it. You're hopping onto a bike or into a car, which has a license plate number,
which can be tracked.
Can be tracked. So yeah, because I mean, it's a great idea that these. My first issue with the cameras when it came fresh, I remember this was last year. I was like, why aren't they focusing on the street lights first? Because it gets really dark. But the place that I saw it as was in my mother's area. I was like, it gets really dark in this part of this thing, but they are focusing on the cameras. But I guess the cameras will help them catch whoever is stealing.
If you think that you can act in the dark, we should do an ad for them. So Justice was saying that the reason why he wants the physical addressing system to work is so they can catch the people who flout the law. So you should be able to pursue offenders if they refuse to report to the police. Yeah.
I see him. That one name. This is my idea. This is also free consultancy, right? You know the Momo alert that you talked about, and then you know the 10% increase that you talked about, right? So your phone number is already tied to your Ghana card, right? So if the money catch to some size, and it becomes like, what do you call that loan service?
Yeah, quick loan.
Quick loan. So it becomes quick loan. So the next time they send money,
me the Ghana police car, I send them family number. So you send the money now. Shoot,
it's gone. Because if it gets to, because I honestly, I don't think the Ghana police should put too much energy and resources into chasing people.
Yeah.
The system is here. It works.
And
You flouted it. We've come for you.
Just
We
like
don't-
Note said, no more parallel systems.
Yeah,
It's working.
It works.
So someone is asking, please, will the cameras capture the police on the road who take money from drivers? Well, with our honorable IGP Dan Parry, I believe so.
Please, we can't answer that question.
I believe so. I mean, he's been very he's been very hard on police that have been doing unpolice-like things.
Yeah,
And the preschool song about the traffic light says, green means go, go, and go, and not you may go.
Well, in the police book, it says you may.
No, and in defense, the nursery rhyme also says red means stop, yellow means get ready.
So that's why you're warming up the launch control.
It's actually the other way around. It's green, yellow, and red. It's never been red, yellow, green. And always, when I was a kid, I always had a problem. Like, why are we going from red to green? What happened to the yellow?
Always, cause like I can't get ready to go.
You
I
know?
mean, like, why am I being told to get ready to stop? And yes, I understand it's very important to be told to get ready to stop. But at the same time, I also
Give
like
me get ready to
yeah,
go.
please, I want that. I've not bought this launch control for nothing.
No, imagine if it tells you get ready to go, and this is you accelerating from somewhere thinking, oh, it's get ready to stop. So you start braking again and it turns
It's
green.
green.
Or here you are thinking, oh, it's green. And you start accelerating again and it's red. You have to slam on your brakes, which is why it's only once. So, Spikey, do the cameras go off when there's doom? So asking for a friend.
Alas, no, they are
No.
solar powered.
They should not. And Kenneth Legon says, to prevent them, have a loud exhaust. I don't think they can listen. Who are we talking about here?
Oh,
Oh.
the road safety. I like your thinking, Ken. I like that. You know,
Is
because
that our Ken?
he's the only person who will say have a loud exhaust. Man of taste that he is. Eh? And just so that our listeners understand, what Ken is saying that in the interest of road safety, when Winston was talking about washing on road users, that the simple thing is,
The
if-
pedestrians.
yes, them. Yeah.
The stubborn ones.
If they refuse to see you coming, they can't say they don't hear you coming
Yeah.
when your exhaust is loud. So that doesn't mean go and break your exhaust and let it make noise. There's an art to it, and there are people who
Vroom,
can,
pa, 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 pa.
I hear shots.
You
but
know-
anyway.
You know the funniest thing about that? The US is actually going sanctioning some regulations against Tesla to increase the noise their cars make.
Yeah, because it's too quiet. Drive a Tesla in Ghana, you end up with dead bodies
Yeah,
all over the
oh,
streets because people are not even looking out for you, let alone listening out
Yeah.
for you. Then they can't hear you. Next thing you know is, oh, Agbele. Anyway, on that bombshell, we take a quick commercial break. We'll be
Rise and shine, my people, and welcome to Radio 550. Now, today it's all about enjoyment on MTN. Oh, yeah! MTN Rewards is giving the best deals on all the things you love. Just keep talking, texting, using your data to collect points, and get amazing offers and discounted freebies right away, every day. To check your rewards, dial *550# and voila, everything's someday for you all. From airtime to data to shopping discounts to movie tickets, we got you. So keep using MTN and redeem your rewards every day. Uno like enjoyment. Let's go. Everywhere you go.
we're deaf.
oh, you come back.
Welcome back, and this show is Geek Squad, where we talk tech. And today we're talking about the police and their new surveillance eyes, and I think we're all loving it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Generally,
It's very
yeah.
interesting, and it has so much potential.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the police will, or the government will extend it past just the roads to people, neighborhoods, and people's homes. Maybe very soon your next electric pole will have the camera hovering, not to look directly into your house, but to look on the street.
And I think it's also a good start because for those who thought, oh, Ghana police is for people who did not do well in school and da-da-da-da, this is an opportunity for people with technical, IT skills.
You know what's funny that you
What?
say this? Michael and I quite literally had that conversation yesterday that we should apply to the police force or something of the
Yeah.
sort and be in
Police
IT.
service.
Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
And
it's
be
not
in
a force.
IT, I was like, it will be fun.
Yeah.
And Michael
It's a
can get to
perfect
carry a
time.
licensed gun, and he'll be happy.
Is that all this is about?
I mean, people have done far more for far less.
I mean, I do be saying that lately when I see these armed police with their folder G-sets, they're like, if not for the black uniform, that is not a bad look in this country.
That's
So
pretty cool.
What's with the black uniform?
He wants to wear red like Mario.
Are you serious?
I'm not wearing red like Mario.
Why do you want to wear a red
I
police
never
uniform?
said I wanted to red. Like just because I have a red jumpsuit doesn't mean I want to actually wear.
So what
the-
color uniform? Now you can join the MTTD and wear white.
That's a lot of laundry.
Yes, it is. In this Ghana history, that white uniform will turn yellow very quick.
But I don't see that as yellow.
Because they wash it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very good at it too. Now that's something you should respect the police for. They wash their uniforms. They're not yellow.
True.
Do you remember your white school uniform back in school? Your white Sunday uniform.
I never had white uniforms. Leave me
White
alone.
Sunday uniform. You didn't wear white to school.
He went to Lincoln or something like that, bro.
Charlie. Hey, go
Don't,
home.
don't even get started on that. Okay, well, just because I don't have trauma from my SS school days, then suddenly I'm beneath you people.
Yes,
Don't
you are.
Don't you people even try? Don't at us on WhatsApp. Don't call us and complain. Like, let's see, none of you even try. I had a good life. And I stand by it.
You didn't wear white on Sunday, so no, you didn't have a good life.
Well, I did the white jumper and then cloth.
Did it remain white throughout your time in
No,
school?
it didn't.
Of course. So give your props to the give props to the MTTD.
That's outlandish.
Anyways, so I'd like to give a big shout out to Sayram at Kkendi, at @KKendy__. He had Geek Squad as his number 2 top podcast on Spotify.
You know
I
what?
bet we cue the claps.
No, that is impressive.
That
like,
is extremely impressive.
We should send him the Geek Squad intro sound to use as his ringtone.
As his ringtone,
That's
yeah.
a true fan right there.
But we have to give him something more than that.
T-shirts.
Still, I'm feeling generous.
Okay. Do you want to give him a pixel?
I was just about to say, please don't make me. Charlie, I'm going to start GoFundMe to get Douglas his Pixel 3A because he's been very consistent every single week.
Except this week.
Yeah, except this week.
He might not be feeling well.
He-
Douglas,
yeah.
get well soon.
Get whatever. Douglas, we see you. Shout outs to you. And Sly.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Sly. Shout outs to. We haven't heard from Now 7 in a while.
I mean, sponsors need to come through because we have value. I told you before that I just used my voice. I was just randomly talking in my studio and someone in America recognized my voice. This is not a joking matter.
You know what we're going to do next? After we get the police in to talk about this, we're going to okay. I'm sorry, listeners, but yeah, something just blew my mind right now. But let's just continue. So, I want us to have a holiday gift guide.
Yeah. I think a consumer episode.
Yeah, consumer episode. So things that people can get. So if you're listening to us, all these shops that sell things that people will be wanting to get on holidays, like smartphones and stuff, you can partner with us.
Come
So
and
we
whisper
can
in
do
our
some.
ears.
Yeah, whisper in our ears. We can do some nice giveaway. We have the reach. You know what I mean?
I bet could you have cassette in there? There's this song that has that line in there. Yeah, man, you know.
So good evening, Geek Squad. Can these cameras help solve problems between two drivers' arguments of hitting each other? That's Ajman Joseph Community 9 Tema, aka Ajingo the man. Ajingo the man.
Definitely.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they see it, they can settle
But I think
that matter. But I think that's a very
that is a third party issue in the sense that that's when
it's a civil issue.
and that's when the insurance companies would have to partner with that branch of the police that is responsible for monitoring.
But for them fighting.
No, when you say it's fighting, in the sense that they are only fighting because of insurance. Who go pay to fix this car?
Oh, that's what you are thinking about. You two get think foul. I was just thinking about, hey, why you cross me? No, I no cross you, and then
Well, he said they hit
argument,
each other, of hitting each other.
argument of hitting. Okay, I read it like they're about to hit each
Oh
other.
no, like their
physically.
cars got bashed.
Right.
Yeah, so the police don't have to come and use chalk to mark the road.
Yeah. We have the camera. We saw what was happening
yeah.
before and after. Yes. So Ajingo the man, it's very possible it can be used. And thank you for explaining it to me, Winston. And yes, all too soon we run out of time and the show has to come to a close. And yeah, guys, any final words before I draw the curtains?
Sponsors.
Okay, thank you very
Hala.
much. Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN. Choose your own bundle your own way with MTN Flexi Bundle. Just dial *138# and enjoy bundles that don't expire. And on that note, my name is Kobe Spike and Chroma. I've been doing this with Winston and Michael. And sorry for cutting Winston. But yeah, we ran out of time. Up next is the news. We'll catch you next week on another episode. Peace.